My name is Michael Belkin. I'm a graduate of the UC Berkeley Haas School of Business. So my daughter, Lila Rose Belkin, died at the age of 5 weeks, about 15 hours after receiving her second hepatitis B vaccine booster shot. Lila was a lively, alert 5-week-old baby when I last held her in my arms. Little did I imagine as she gazed intently into my eyes with all the innocence and wonder of a newborn child that she would die that night. She was never ill before receiving the hepatitis B shot. At her final feeding that night, she was extremely agitated, noisy, and feisty, and then she fell asleep suddenly and stopped breathing. The autopsy ruled out choking. The New York Medical Examiner ruled her death sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. But the New York Medical Examiner, Dr. Persicino, neglected to mention Lila's swollen brain or the hepatitis B vaccine in the autopsy report. It was ignored. The coroner spoke to my wife and our pediatrician, and notes of the conversation were brain swollen, not sure cause yet, could not see how recombinant vaccine could cause problems. SIDS is a diagnosis of exclusion. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. Everything has been ruled out and we don't know what it is. In other words, they don't know. A swollen brain is not SIDS. Therefore, we had a falsified pathology report. Through conversations with other experienced pathologists, I subsequently discovered that brain inflammation is a classic adverse reaction to vaccination. Look it up in the Merck manual. It's the definition of a vaccine reaction. I set out to do an investigation of the Hep B vaccine and attended a workshop at the National Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, February meeting, and a debate in New Hampshire. I also obtained the entire vaccine adverse events reporting system, VAERS, database on hepatitis B vaccine reactions and have investigated thoroughly. These are my conclusions supported by the following pages of text and analysis that's in my testimony, written testimony, which I submitted. 1, newborn babies are not at risk of contracting the hepatitis B disease unless their mother is infected. Hepatitis B is primarily a disease of junkies, gays, and promiscuous heterosexuals. The vaccine is given to babies because health authorities couldn't get those risk groups to take the vaccine. Adverse reactions outnumber cases of the disease in government statistics. Nothing is being done to investigate those adverse reactions. And I stand here testifying on behalf of all the others who have had the same problem. Those adverse reactions include numerous deaths, convulsions, and arthritic conditions that occur within days after hepatitis B vaccination. The CDC is misrepresenting hypothetical estimated disease statistics as real cases of the disease. The ACIP recommended new vaccines for premature infants without having scientific studies proving it is safe. I submitted a FOIA, Freedom of Information request, to the CDC along with the Association of American Physicians and Surgeons, Jane Orient, who was the head of it. They never responded. They never gave us the data saying that there were studies proving this was safe to give to newborns. The US vaccination recommendation process is hopelessly compromised by conflicts of interest with vaccine manufacturers who make huge profits and the American Academy of Pediatrics and the CDC. Conclusion, if, as with the original rotavirus vaccine, which was pulled after a handful of adverse reactions, hepatitis B vaccine was recommended originally without scientific proof that it was safe in a broad sample of racially and genetically diverse babies less than 48 hours old before they established that recommendation, then the CDC has been experimenting on babies like guinea pigs. And this committee should suspend that universal at-birth immunization policy. Thank you.
My heart goes out to you. I hear the pain in your voice, and thank you for your diligence and your well-structured comments.